And families are paying respect to their fallen heroes on this Veterans Day, but there are thousands of people who have never received the chance to honor their loved ones because their remains have never been positively identified. 10 TV's Chuck Strickler live in the studio now with a story of a family caught in a never-ending case of uncertainty. Chuck.
Well, Jerry, 19-year-old Julius L. Schumacher was killed in action with his Army unit back in 1945, but questions about his remains have never been answered. The cases of more than 3,000 men from World War II who called Ohio home are in a similar situation. But with new research, answers may not be too far away. Helen, do you recognize him?
Well, yes. Yeah, he's a tall fellow and thin.
It's a mystery 70 years in the making, and 87-year-old Helen Januzis has one of the clues.
He was a quiet boy.
Helen says she remembers Julius graduating in January of 1944 from Columbus's South High School. In the yearbook, it says friends called him Shu, his last name spelled with a K instead of a CH.
Despite that discrepancy, records show that Julius lived here at 212 East Sycamore Street in German Village. His father died before he was born in 1926, and he was raised by his widowed mother.
Soon after, he joined the Army and was sent to fight in the South Pacific. Less than a year later, he was killed in action on Okinawa. Despite a commanding officer's confirmation and a mountain of reports, the Army said the data was insufficient to positively identify him. There was even what's believed to be a love letter found in the GI's pocket that read, "Somewhere in the Pacific," addressed to Dearest Vera and signed Julius. One researcher says the Army never dug deep enough. How certain are you, Ted, that the remains of that person are Julius L. Schumacher?
100%. No doubt in my mind.
Ted Darcy believes the unidentified remains known as X-34, eventually buried in the Philippines, are those of Julius Schumacher. Julius's mother wrote the Army many times, saying Julius was all she had in the world, begging for answers she never got.
It's sad. It is really sad. And I can tell you from talking to the next of kin, 70 years later, the pain is still there.
I hope there's a happy ending to it for his body, to bring his body back.
Now, Ted Darcy says he is getting ready to present his case to JPAC, the defense agency charged with identifying remains. Darcy says it's crucial someone from Julius Schumacher's family comes forward and submits DNA to make that positive identification. Live in the studio, Chuck Strickler, 10 TV News.